Hi, I just felt like making a video talking about my favorite ship in Harry Potter. Yes, it is a canon ship, but I don't care, sue me. Please don't. I have no money because I'm a frickin' 12-year-old. And I spend all my allowance on Harry Potter dolls. Seriously. I collect them and sit them on my Harry Potter shelf. And yes, I have a Harry Potter shelf. My Hufflepuff poster is right behind it. I'm such a Harry Potter nerd, I know. And so I'm currently rereading the series, and I'm about halfway through with Prisoner of Azkaban. And so I was just thinking, since I've seen a few signs early on, and I wanted to discuss when I think that Hermione and Ron both started liking each other. And yeah, that's my intro. It's a very lame intro. Well, ain't that just how I do things on camera? I stutter and I make terrible intros and I don't know how to edit. I'm such a great YouTuber, I know. I deserve 5,100,000,000 subscribers. I know, I'm just so glorious and so humble. So, let's start out when I think Ron started liking Hermione. Now, I think he liked her very early on. Harry Potter Folklore actually made a very similar video to this, but came to the opposite conclusion that Hermione liked Ron first. Well, I think the opposite, because it is an actual proven fact. Like, there's been studies on this, that when a boy likes a girl, say the boy's from the age of 5 to 14, just a young preteen child creature. I don't know. Creature of the house elf. I didn't know he was 12. I thought he was 1,000 years old, but whatever. I've misjudged ages before. A lot, actually. I'm sorry, creature. I don't mean to offend you. But anyways, let's stay on topic, or at least try. Everyone watching this knows I will fail that, but I can at least say I tried. But anyways, I think Ron started liking Hermione from the very beginning because of how mean he was. Because it is proven fact, there have been studies that when a boy likes a girl, he's going to be mean to her to ease the pain of rejection. And so, this is an actual, proven thing. This is not just me pulling something out of thin air. And Ron is kind of rude to Hermione from book 1. From the very beginning. Keep in mind, he is an 11-year-old. Isn't that in between right in the middle? Well, maybe not right in the middle, but that's very well into the 5 to 14 age range. My knee is itchy. And, and here's another piece of evidence that when I was rereading The Philosopher's Stone, I call it The Philosopher's Stone because that's what J.K. Rowling named the book, and they changed it to Sorcerer's Stone in America because I thought Americans were too stupid to understand what a philosopher was. Just because we're the leading country with diabetes doesn't mean it's melting our brains. Thank you, British people, for looking down on us. I know that Elle from Death Note is British. Whammy's house is in the UK. But just because Elle, the smartest character in fiction, is from your country, doesn't mean that you have to call everyone in America an idiot. That's basically what they were doing. It's actually kind of funny. Well, it's a funny joke a little bit, just a teeny little bit, just a tiny little bit. But anyway, let's get back to the point. So, in the Philosopher's Stone when they first met, like first met. When like Ron is doing like the whole Daisy's butt mellow, turn that stupid fat rat yellow. Why do I do that with an accent? When I do Harry Potter quotes, I have to do it with an accent. Because I love doing my British accent. What you fell over for? What you fell over for? What you fell over for? If you go to my school, you will know I say that quite a lot. Quite a lot. It's actually quite ridiculous. It's a school joke. At least for the 6th graders. Well, anyways, let's continue. And I'll do this British accent as long as I can, because it's actually quite fun. And so, let's get back on the topic for the millionth time in the week, day, whatever, hour, minute, second, millisecond, I don't know. I'm losing track of time. And I just got back off topic again. Just crate. And yes, I said crate. Crate. Like the thing you put your little flower bags in, because you Americans call things crates instead of whatever we call things over here. I don't know. I'm not British. This doesn't even sound like a very good British accent. I'm just doing what I can. And now I'm going to a hillbilly. Going to a hillbilly like my father. Yeah. What has this video become? I don't know. I'm tired. Anyways, so, I'm so sorry. Let's get back to what we were talking about. When Hermione sits next to Ron to ask, like, I would like to see your spell, whatever she says. I don't know. It describes Ron's facial expression. And it's kind of funny. I forgot the exact word they used, but I do remember how I pictured it in my head. So, basically, his face was like this. He was shooketh. I know I'm cringe. Please don't dislike me, please. And, so, yeah, that makes me think that, like, when he first, like, saw Hermione, he had a crush on her, or at least was attracted to her. And unlike in the movies, Hermione is not the prettiest girl. She's like a 7 out of 10 on her. She's like a 7 out of 10 on her good days, or on a good day. And why is my knee so itchy? Okay. So back in what was I and so yeah, I think that Ron had a crush on Hermione from the very start. And actually that's very sweet. And if you don't really think that facial expression means anything, let me put you in a situation. And not everyone is going to react the same way as Ron would in this situation, but most people would. I don't think I would, to be honest, but that's just the way I am, I guess. So, say you're just sitting there minding your own business, and then an attractive person of the gender that you are attracted to sits next to you and starts talking to you. And if you're like kind of insecure and awkward, and you just made your first friend in forever, and it's only one friend that you have, your facial expression's gonna be a little shocked, a little nervous, a bit like, well, something like this. So, yeah, that's my case for Ron. And now, on to Hermione. I don't know why I did that weird accent. I don't get off track again, please. Please, please, please. So, in the third book, Hermione sends Harry a letter, like for his birthday, or it could just be a letter just in general. I don't remember. It's been like a week since I read that part of the book. It's been taking me a while to get through these books. I've been busy lately. Don't judge me. And so, basically, in the letter, she talks about nothing but Ron. Literally nothing but Ron. Ron's phone call, Ron's visit to Egypt, like it's just all about Ron. Not about Harry, not about her, just all about Ron. And here's another thing. Though when Ron was mean to her, she put up with it. She just argued right back. They just bickered like an old married couple. Oh my goodness, that's another piece of evidence. That's another piece of evidence. Throw it into the pile. It's a very small pile, but it's a pile nonetheless. But anyways, they I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yes, and now it's gone. Hold on, I need to get my brain together. It's melting away. We're breaking in half, I'm not sure anymore. I returned! Now I remember what I was gonna say. And I can't edit, I'm sorry. And so, the fact that Ron was mean to her and she put up with it probably means that she liked him very early on too. I don't think as early as Ron liked her, but I think like I would say about before he insulted her and she overheard it and was crying in the bathroom and the whole thing happened. I think it was before that, because why would it upset her so much if it was just like a guy she didn't know? Like, yeah, she met him like twice. But I mean, why would she be crying for hours if it was just some random guy who she didn't have like a crush on or anything? She wouldn't. That's why I think by that point she had a crush on him. And here's another thing that kind of made me mad that they changed in the movies. Well, actually, here's a few things. I'm just going to say a few things while I'm at it. Thing number one, when, like, Snape, in the third book/movie, when Snape is, like, the substitute teacher while Professor Lupin is out sick, and he calls Hermione a know-it-all, in the movie, he says this. He's got a point, you know. It's that makes me cringe compared to his line in the book. You know what his line in the book was? You know what his line in the book was? I'm grabbing the book and reading a quote for this. Here's the whole paragraph. I'm going to give you the whole paragraph. This is the second time you've spoken out of turn, Miss Granger, Snape said coldly. 5 points from Gryffindor for being an insufferable know-it-all. Hermione put her head down very red. Hermione went very red, put down her hand and stared at the floor with her eyes full of tears. It was a mark of how much the class loathed Snape that they were all glaring at him, because every one of them had called Hermione a know-it-all at least once, and Ron, who told Hermione she was a know-it-all at least twice a week, said loudly, "You asked us a question and she knows the answer. Why ask if you don't want to be told?" The class knew instantly he had gone too far. Snape advanced on Ron slowly, and the room held its breath. "Detention, Weasley," said Snape silkily. I don't know what silkily means. His face very close to Ron's. "And if I ever hear you criticize the way I teach my class again, you will be very sorry indeed." Why did that have to be changed? Why? I can't edit, so insert that guy who's just like, why? Oh, it's such a good moment for them. It shows that even though he calls her a know-it-all every week, that he still cares about her, and that they're friends, and they do it like in good taste, and like they're just like arguing and bickering for the fun of it, because they're both argumentative people, and they changed it. Moving on to the second thing they changed that really made me mad. This is in the Deathly Hallows, when Ron Harry, and Hermione are at like the Malfoy Manor, and Hermione's up there being tortured by Bellatrix, and Ron's down in the cellar, freaking out. Or Harry and Ron are down in the cellar, and Ron is freaking out. Like, he is losing it from hearing Hermione screaming. Like, he's yelling, like, Hermione! Like, he's freaking out. He's panicking. In the movie, he's just like, oh no. To be honest, it sounds like they only got like a few seconds of Emma Watson screaming and played it on a loop. Ron was probably, in the movies, he was probably just like, hey, can't fool me, that's a bloody tape recorder. And yes, I have the Harry Potter dolls.